We back. Yeah. Recording in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to another episode of DADS Podcast. My name is Clint.
My name is Mal.
And we back for another movie review. I don't know why I'm so excited.
Can't contain yourself.
I can't contain it. I just gotta let loose. Gotta.
This nigga here.
Oh man. We're here for the Joker review, bro. Y'all saw my live reaction moments after.
Yeah.
That shit. But
yeah, I literally had to wait a couple of days to talk to this nigga
first.
To talk to him about the movie
this nigga
itself.
Ain't talked about the Joker since we saw it.
Yeah.
At least not to me.
well, you haven't talked about it. Yeah, to you. But I've talked about it with other people and stuff. Like I said before on the live stream shit, it is like an art piece. If you go in thinking that this movie's gonna be like your typical comic book movie, it's not gonna be like, it's not gonna be for you. If you're thinking that it's just gonna be like Endgame or any other superhero movie or stuff, it's not like that. It's more on a standpoint of dealing with mental illness, society problems,
bullying,
economic stuff, your typical government shit, like all those like everyday shit that people deal with and stuff. The way I felt about the movie,
it's also spoiler review.
Yeah, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. The way I felt about it was like meh, because like it, like, don't get me wrong, like Joaquin Phoenix, like his performance was amazing, but the movie just missed the mark for me. Everything was like totally predictable, from like him going through his stages of his delusional stages and stuff, like after like talking to other people and stuff about the movie and stuff, like it took it, like I was taken out of like the enjoyment of the movie, because like everything was like so predictable, and then like the pacing and stuff of the beginning half of
Did anybody tell you why they liked it so much?
The only thing I can really gather, that's why I was saying like it's either one or two sides of the spectrum. You know, you have the spectrum of people that just totally hate it, and then we have the spectrum of people that totally loved it. The people that totally loved it, the only thing I've gathered from that is that it's different from any other particular like superhero movie. So basically,
we've had dark superhero movies.
No, in a sense of like it doesn't follow that like line of just straight like action, like so to speak. Like you get yeah, that's why I'm like it's the same. That's why I was saying earlier, like on when you were like going your rampage, I was like it's literally art. It's like an art form of that's why I said it kind of misses mark. It kind of reminded me of like Memento and fucking like the Dark Knight trilogy or whatever, because like there's moments where they're trying to do a lot of shit, like show you his stages of grief and of the effects of his mental illness and shit, and showing you how this particular person, like how society can make this particular person go from trying to do the right things and being nice to being completely insane and like basically stabbing motherfuckers and shit. Like I get why some people like that portion of it, but what bothers me is all of it was predictable from him with his illusion, like being delusional, and like from the time he's like traveling through with his mental illness or whatever, because like it just, I don't know, it just took me out of it from the time where he was like talking to his therapist, when we kind of knew that like one, like the economically, like that was affecting him, like because like the city is doing bullshit, everything's corrupt, and they shutting down programs that help people like him with a mental illness.
He even asked, "What am I supposed to do about my prescription?"
Right.
He even asked the therapist that.
Which lets you know right there that this person, as you can see in like certain scenes, like he's like like looking at the bottle, shaking the bottle. At that point, we are already in the delusion stage. Like he's already off his meds.
Nigga, the nigga busted Zazie Beetz' fucking house and thought he was fucking her.
Right. That's why I was like, if it was
Zazie.
Nah, that shit ain't happening, bro.
Come on.
That shit ain't happening.
You talking about the deformed nigga with the back? Zazie. Come on, fam. Come on, fam.
Yeah, like.
Come on, fam. Think about that. Please think about that.
I don't, like, honestly, I was surprised by some people that really thought that, like, they were surprised that shit wasn't happening. It was easy. It was easy for me to point that shit out. Like, it was easy for me to detect that
when he was
this
on,
nigga was in illusion.
When he was on his meds and she did this on the elevator, and he got off the elevator, waited a little while. He was on his meds when this happened, by the way. And he did it back to her. Mm-hmm. Extra as fuck, whatever the case is. And she just looked at his ass like, okay. And she turned the fuck around. That right there was a clear indication. Yeah, like my nigga, like, come on, bro.
Not to mention, like, even when, like, later on in other scenes and stuff, like, them, like, going to, like, her showing up at the comedy club, to her and him walking and talking and like her confronting him about following her or whatever, and her liking it or whatever.
Y'all would think that would happen? I'm
gonna
knock on your door. You been following me today? Yeah, that's sexy.
Come in here.
Like, come on, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the like, it's just the little shit like that. Like I could tell that we was in his delusion. Like, and even in the hospital, you could tell by the cuts of the film that when he found out, like, basically his mom is like sitting there like dying and shit. You see her for like a second, like when he comes in the room, like, but then she disappears. Mm-hmm. So his reality of his relationship with her disappears and focuses on something else. Mm-hmm. And that should have been a clear indication that these two motherfuckers ain't together, because like she was never there in that hospital, and
he never got a cup of coffee.
They never got a cup of coffee. It was just him getting a cup of coffee. It's just like a whole bunch of shit like that just add up. Like, granted, I want to say the later on, the half part, when it started getting exciting, when you starting to see like him, I guess, going into this
when he finally got some confidence or whatever the case is.
Yeah, this persona. Mm-hmm. When you see in this persona, like, I guess, develop and stuff, and like him killing the people on the train and shit, mm-hmm. and like just dealing with that, and like killing the bully from his job, and you could slowly see him, like, this persona conform and change and slowly gets molded into like a person that, like, he really depicts the person that he wants to be. Right. That part, like, from that part on was great. It was just that beginning half, mm-hmm. where it just took me out of it, because like every fucking thing was so fucking goddamn predictable, where like
they even got predicted towards the end and everything.
Yeah, I knew that stuff was coming, but like it was.
We
still,
knew he was going on that show. Like the speech and everything was nice, but we knew he was finna shoot Robert De Niro.
Well,
like we knew that.
Originally, he was going to kill himself, but because like that was his whole ordeal. He was going to kill himself on the show, but
make a statement or whatever.
Yeah, because you see that line that he wrote in the book saying that. I guess that was supposed to be his punchline joke. If
whatever makes sense.
Him better being dead or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But
make sure your death makes sense or something like that.
Yeah.
Make sure your life makes sense or some shit like that. Yeah, some shit like that.
But then from that delusion of like his favorite show runner or whatever, like is basically using him to make fun of him. Then that persona
the nigga
flips
wanted
on
to
again.
fucking Robert De Niro to be his fucking father.
He saw him as a father figure, yeah.
This is also when he was off the meds once again, another delusion. Because he did that when he was in the fucking hospital with his fucking mother.
Yeah. Yeah, ain't been off his meds for a while.
But y'all missed all that.
Yeah, well, people said we missed all that, like all this stuff, and like didn't understand the movie and all this yada yada. Like the movie is fairly easy to understand. It's just that, you know, even if people want to argue the whole is a for breath of fresh air, like different from other superhero movies, like granted, like
if I look for it, I can find a fucking superhero movie with no action. Or with
it's something that's like this.
Yeah, I know.
It's definitely something that's like.
I just can't think of it off fucking hand.
Yeah, and it's just like it. I don't know. It's just that beginning half. Like it took me out of it. I know it took you way the fuck out of you. You checked out. Well, who is it there that you checked out?
Check out ain't even the motherfucking word. I almost walked out on you motherfuckers. Real. I almost walked the fuck out.
But I don't know, man. Like it's just little shit like that. I'm pretty sure if like when you mention something, I probably cover some more stuff. But
I can go.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
All right.
What's your thoughts so far?
I'm gonna take it out the trash category only because it's not really trash, but it's boring as fuck. It's boring and it's predictable. I'm gonna break down the whole motherfucking movie. The ending scene, when him talking to the therapist lady once again, it's just him telling his whole story. If anybody didn't catch that, whatever the case is.
Yep.
He kills her, but the funny thing is, it's a weird. I hate when movies do this too. It's like a weird like rewind type thingy thing, whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the fuck exactly what it's called. I'm not film fucking maker, whatever the case is. But they do that shit. It's pretty much him telling the story. But you get to see. And that's why I say the only good part is to like the last 15 minutes. In the last 15 or 20 minutes, the only reason I say that's even art is just because you see so much shit transpire, like in that last little memento of him finally getting to the I was gonna say Carson Davis show. That's probably what it probably like was supposed to meant to be or whatever the case is. But from him being at that show, him giving that speech, him shooting De Niro, him getting arrested, him like that's probably the most actiony little part of the movie for the case is. But that's not even the part that caught me. It's just the fact like it finally got artsy when people were damn near lifting his body up like they was doing Superman in one of them fucking movies, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, not Superman. Spider-Man. When that was pretty much damn near what the fuck it was. It was the Spider-Man scene from him stopping the train and shit like that. Sorry, spoilers or whatever the fuck the case is. That's exactly what the fuck it was. Like damn near shot for shot, scene for scene. And he wakes the fuck up. He draws his face, or whatever the case is. He uses blood to do this face, or whatever the case is. Now, a couple missed things that motherfuckers, that whoever wrote the movie could have done. That Bruce and him brotherly type shit, they probably should have stuck with that. Just because Bruce needs the Joker to become Batman. Got that. But that could have expired. That could have went to a whole nother land with the case is because Bruce doesn't actually know who killed his father. Bruce also doesn't know who the fuck Joker is. And Joker's origin is always multiple fucking choice.
Yeah, because the whole notion of Joker is like his origin story is basically I want to say what's the right word I'm looking for, like like a character catalyst or whatever. Like there's been different people over time that formed this person as like the Joker we all know or whatever, but like no one knows the exact origin, name, whatever have you of Joker, but like we've had like different stories or different people that kind of connect in a way where like they ideologies kind of align to this.
They could have did this Joker in another way, because this is they did it somewhat in the Killing Joke animated movie.
Yeah,
that I think we had watched other cases, because he was a stand-up comedian, but he had a wife, and I think he probably had a child in the fucking animated. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I know for sure he had a wife, but they went the route of him just going off his meds and shit like that. Where if you wanted probably an action movie, they probably would have had him falling. That's what the fuck they should have did. Because I forgot. I just remember now. So if they went the route of him just going off his meds for the case is, but they could have went the route of him falling into with the mafia or the mob or some shit like that. They also could have went to the route of him like falling into the laughing gas shit that kind of makes him crazy what the case is. But the only cool thing that I will give this movie is that part of him having a condition of laughing. I thought that was something. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was okay. Because you could tell, like,
it made
that shit,
uncomfortable.
it makes him uncomfortable, but that's also hurting him.
Yeah.
Or for the case is. But, like, other than that, like, bro, I had checked out, because, spoiler alert, I said this in the live thing, too. Like, they tried to make the shit funny with the midget. Couldn't reach the fucking door. Like, my nigga, if y'all want to make jokes and do some shit, or whatever the case is, like, y'all could have did this shit throughout the whole movie. Don't make the last, like, 20 minutes or the 20, 30 minutes or whatever the case is, like, comedic. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like if y'all want to stay in y'all serious role, in y'all serious bag, stay in y'all serious bag. Don't make fun of the fucking midget now. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, it loses, like, its direction, like, a couple fucking times, my nigga. And I had just lost the fuck out, because Malcolm couldn't attest to this. I leaned over at least 3 times and asked my niggas, is this really what the fuck we finna do here? In the movie theater, I kept asking him, like,
he was ready to go.
Why are we still watching this shit? Like, why did we pay to watch this shit? Because the shit was boring as fuck. Like, and just like Malcolm,
it's art.
I get it all, nigga. I like artsy movies. That's how I know this is some bullshit. I like artsy ass movies. That's how I know this some bullshit. But like, everything is predictable from like point A to point B, just like Malcolm was saying. The nigga was off his meds. He started being very fucking delusional, my nigga. And when he actually started losing his mind to the fact that you could see, like, because his mother was delusional, had some shit going on too.
She had some shit.
You could tell that was rubbing off on him as well, or what the case is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shit like that. And I don't even think probably half of that is fucking true. I think half of that shit was delusional too, because I don't even think he was on his fucking meds when he went to go pull the records and shit like that. I don't even think that shit was real, or the case is. I think half of that shit was a fucking delusion.
Yeah, like there is like some good lines that came from there, like quotable. I'm trying to think what the fuck was that? I saw it earlier.
What?
No, it was a good line that came from.
Was something he said?
Yeah, something he said.
What was it?
It was dealing with mental illness. I think it was something like, I'm just paraphrasing, but like basically, any sane person, like, if put in difficult, I want to say difficult circumstances, can become insane
I know,
some
I know
shit like that.
about,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Like that's perfectly normal. Like, cause like I could think of a ton of movies where like a person is like suffering from some kind of mental illness, and everything around them, from like their environment to like affects them. So like, you know, political and like economical things happen to like where they living at or something. Like the government stop assisting these programs that the person have,
and this nigga had PTSD. If you want to be honest, this nigga had PTSD also. But the movie was boring. It was predictable as shit. I said everything I had to say in the fucking live. I'm not taking shit back other than saying it was trash, just because. Trash is probably harsh because the acting was good. It was shot well.
Yeah, that's
shit like that.
That's the one thing I can say. Like
other than that,
the acting was good.
I don't got shit else better. I don't got shit good to say about this movie.
Yeah, like his performance, like that's why I said Joaquin Phoenix. His performance was like amazing. It was good. The only issue is the movie or writing itself in certain parts of the movie. Particularly like from the beginning half to the middle, where the climax of where everything's like happening or whatever. But as far as like him performing,
the performance was awesome.
Yeah,
nothing to say about that. But the movie is just fucking boring. And there's people out there. Please don't believe these people because they sound stupid as shit. But they saying that Joaquin Phoenix is better than Heath Ledger.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, y'all.
Let's put that on the table.
Y'all some crazy motherfuckers.
The only reason I will agree with y'all wholeheartedly in any type of reason is because Heath Ledger had less screen time than Joaquin Phoenix. Other than that, you have no fight. You have no quarrel. Like you have nothing there to prove who's better than who. Other than Joaquin Phoenix held down the whole movie by itself, but Heath Ledger actually made, what was that, The Dark Knight? Or whichever one that fucking was?
Yeah, that was dark.
He actually made The Dark Knight. If there was no Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight, I think that movie would have been trash as well. Sorry. But, yeah. And whoever's saying that this is top 10 movie already.
Top 10 Joker.
No, they say this top 10 movie of all time. All time. IMDb got that on their list. It's number 10. That's number 10. Joker is IMDb's top 10 list.
Yeah, like I was telling you earlier, like everybody's opinion is gonna be different and shit. Like me personally, I didn't like Endgame that much. Like Endgame was decent. It was decent, but it wasn't like the best movie. I felt that fucking Infinity Wars was way better than Endgame, and there was a lot of issues as far as like writing and like shit that they presented, because like the shit that they've been working for over the years just got erased. Basically all the shit that they set up for all those movies just basically got wiped clean away. It's like they just forgot about the elements that they implemented.
I don't know how IMDb works, but it got bumped up to number 5 now. Like as we record this, what the case is.
Yeah.
But this is over Lord of the Rings. This is over Pulp Fiction. And I'm just naming the top 10.
Pulp
Fiction. It's over. It's over Pulp Fiction.
Wow.
It's over Schindler's List. Oh, okay. And it's over Inception. And Fight Club. And Forrest Gump. And The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And a couple of the Lord of the Rings. Also The Matrix. Also Goodfellas 1. So I don't know who or whatever. I don't know if IMDb is like Wikipedia and you just put whatever the fuck you want to put shit at, or whatever the case is. I don't know. But
I heard they probably just going off of ticket sales.
Nigga, it wouldn't matter.
There's no way.
I don't think it would even matter if it went off ticket sales even. But like I said, man, nobody's gonna remember this movie in 2 months. Like nobody's gonna remember this movie in 2 months just because It's gonna win whatever award it wins, if it wins awards, because
yeah, like he might get one for his performance, but like the movie itself, I don't think the movie itself will get something.
But it might, because I don't even know what the fuck that came out this year.
That's so true too.
I don't know what the fuck that came out this year.
That is very true. Well, and Endgame was this year.
I don't know.
Endgame, and then it was something else too. So,
I don't know, but nobody's gonna remember this movie in 2 months. That's how I feel about the shit. Niggas trying to forget this shit right now, actually. So you can take that how you want to take it, but artsy film or not, the shit was boring. Yeah. I didn't say that. I don't know what else to say, shit. If y'all niggas ain't see half this shit coming in the first fucking place, that's y'all own fault. Y'all don't look at enough movies and y'all don't do enough research or some shit like that. Because I did research. I looked at a whole bunch of people reviews. Everybody said they love it. Everybody can't explain what the fuck was the part of that they love so much. Like, why do you all feel like this is so good? You can put that in the comments, actually. And we could debate about this. We could talk about it. Well, I'm not going to debate shit. Y'all could talk. We could talk about it. I'm not going to debate, or y'all ain't going to change my fucking opinion. I saw everything coming from the jump. Like, I could see it. Like, all the clear movie examples and all the clear movie innuendos and shit, they were clear as day right there in your face. And if you miss it, you miss it. That's on you. But we could talk about it. But before we talk about it, just let me know why you think the movie was so good. Let me know at what point in the movie that it was the best 10 out of 10. Let me know the exact scene so we can talk about this that made the movie a 10 out of 10. That's all I'm asking for. Drop that scene that made the movie a 10 out of 10. That's all I want to know. If you can't do that, shut the fuck up. I'm just being honest. What would you say?
I fucking forgot. Oh, I think I kind of remember. For the most part, if I would say this about the movie, if you are not, I repeat, if you are not a, I guess, casual comic book person or comic book person in general, you might like this movie. Because that's one of the things too, like talking to different people about this movie, like just seeing their thoughts and ideas, whatever. And I find it that people that aren't casual comic books,
there's a lot of people that don't like this shit though, or like comic booky movies. Like people don't like Jennifer Aniston. Even though she said the Marvel universe is overloaded, whatever case with movies or whatever case is, but it's just regular people on a regular day basis. Like, I don't want to see all that superhero shit, or whatever the case is, and they might go see this shit and they might fucking love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, those people might absolutely love this, because like that's all I've been seeing. Because on side of the spectrum, like people that are like heavy comic book people, and also you know, people that casual, whatever, they fucking hate it. There's some people just like me. They just they indifferent.
I didn't know what to expect from this shit in the first fucking place. I just went to go see it because y'all niggas said we was going to see it.
Yeah, like I expect like
it's DC.
Come on, man.
It's the truth, shit. It's DC. As y'all can see, I'm very calm, way calmer than I was last time. I don't got shit else to say. Like, y'all niggas saw the video. I meant what I said. The only thing I take back is to say that it was trash just because the acting was actually very well.
Yeah, the acting was good. The acting was decent. So that I can test for, because like he but the whole notion and pacing of like you looking at him like
I'm sorry,
in the face for like 4 or 5, 10 minutes, like him laughing and shit, like, you know, like.
And I guess that's what they want to portray. They want you to feel cringy. They want you to feel some disparity or some shit like that for them. And I didn't. Sorry, shit, I didn't.
Word.
You know how many people I see on the street talking to them fucking selves on a daily fucking basis? Like, my nigga?
Every day.
Like, come on, bro.
Chicago,
Like,
Wisconsin.
I see plenty of people that's not on their fucking meds and should probably getting some help and shit or whatever the case is. Like, I see that shit all the time. Like, I didn't feel no disparity for this nigga or nothing like that. Like, yeah, healthcare is a piece of shit. Thank you, President. Healthcare is trash. Like, my nigga, like, I see this shit on a daily fucking basis, my nigga. Like, I didn't see anything to, because that's one of the things that people want you to, like, kind of do. They want you to, like, feel sorry for them or whatever the case is, or, like, at least relate to them some type of way, whatever the case is. That's probably not the right word or the fuck ever, but, nigga, I didn't care. I didn't give two fucks about this nigga.
Yeah, like that.
He was just a nigga that he had a condition. Laughing was his condition. He had depression. He had anxiety. He probably had PTSD, whatever the case is. He probably had a lot of shit. They never explained exactly what the fuck he had, but he was on a lot of fucking meds. And when his meds ran the fuck out, just like any motherfucker meds run the fuck out, all the symptoms up here. So I didn't feel no type of way. So I understand, like, the nigga is clinically insane. I got that. And that's why he turns to the Joker in this adaptation of the fucking film or movie, or in this adaptation of the story, whatever the case is. I got that. Still didn't give a fuck. And that's just what the fuck it is. Like, it could have went a different way. Like, they had like twists and turns they could have did, my nigga. Like, they could have went with the mafioso shit, and I think it's one night he's supposed to do some shit, or he supposed to show up somewhere, and he didn't show up, and they end up dumping his body and some shit, whatever the case is. Yeah, they could have went that way. They also could have went the way of them, or the way that they were going with him and Bruce being related, whatever the case is. They could have went that way. It's one more way they could have went in the movie too. I just can't fucking think of it right now. And they actually kind of teased it, whatever the case is. But yeah, shit was just not good. Shit was everywhere, bro. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, let me know when y'all niggas thought. At what point did y'all niggas think this was a good movie? Like, because unless you didn't see all the signs that were being given to you, my nigga, that's the only part I could think of that you would probably think that is good. Like, if you snap into the mode of when he's in Zazie Beet's apartment and she's like, "What are you doing? Who are you? Oh, you're Arthur from down the hall." Like, if that's the point that catches you, and that's the point that you just started recognizing shit, you missed all the clear signs. You missed all the clear indicators of, like, my nigga been off his meds. He been saying shit. Like, the nigga even thought people were laughing at his jokes in the fucking comedy thing.
Club. Yeah.
And that's why he just kept going. That's why he didn't get off the stage. That's why he was like feeling himself. That's why he was getting confidence and shit like that. Because the nigga was hearing laughs in his head. Yeah. Sorry, my nigga. Like, I don't know what else to explain to you niggas. Like, if y'all don't get that shit, y'all don't get it. I don't know. That's just me though, I guess. Like, I saw everything, my nigga. Like, that's why I was so out of it, because, like, the shit could have been written so much better. And when I was out of it, I was out of it.
Yeah, he was out of it.
These niggas was laughing at the midget reaching for the door, my nigga. I was like, all right, next scene. Get this shit out the way. Next. Like, my nigga, like, I don't know. I don't know if the purpose of the movie is to teach people a lesson about bullying. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they wanted us to take out of this movie, like, but
yeah, they wanted.
This shit was boring.
Yeah, they just wanted to show that any regular person trying to do everyday basic stuff can go insane or some shit like that. So,
but yeah, I ain't got shit to say about this shit. Now y'all got 2 videos full of how the fuck I feel about this shit. What the fuck it is.
Well, at least this time you use like Hog Smash.
Nigga, that's because it's fucking 12:30 at fucking night. And I didn't say what the fuck I had to say. And I was mad because I wasted my goddamn money and cut it half my workout short. The day we went to go see that shit.
Yeah.
I don't got shit to say, but like,
let's wrap it up.
Cool. Alright, so yeah. It's been an episode of Dread Dads Podcast. My name is Clint.
My name is Mal.
We out this bitch. Make sure to follow us all our social media networks. Dread Dads Podcast. Every 22 Dads with Dreads. And this has been our review, a second review, part 2, whatever the fuck the case is, of the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. And yeah, we out this bitch. Dread Dads Podcast. Every single day, every single week, we upload shit. Make sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that bell button. All right.